Dan untuk mengenal siapa sosok pianis dunia berdarah Indonesia yang akan manggung di konser Amal Symphony of Life hari Minggu nanti, kami akan ajak Anda berbincang langsung dengan George Harliono lewat sambungan Zoom.
Ya, kita akan langsung sapa. Selamat pagi, George. Good morning, George. How you doing?
Well, thank you. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on today.
Okay, you're welcome. So you prefer to use Bahasa or English for this interview?
English for now. Hopefully my next interview will be in Bahasa.
All right, George, but before we dig more deeper about what you did in classical music and as a pianist, I want to show the people, show the audience that you went viral a few times, a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, about how did you play piano at the public space. And I want to remind the people about it. Kita akan tunjukkan kepada pemirsa sebelum kita diskusi sama George. Ada video yang membuat George itu sempat viral. Kita lihat videonya seperti apa ini dia.
Okay, George, this video was very viral at that time. Can you tell us what song did you play and how old were you at that time?
So this was a few years ago now, I think. Well, over more than a few years ago. I think it was about 12 years ago. I was 10, I think 10 or 11 years old, and in London, I think we were having a festival where they put pianos on the street, and my father and I decided to go around and play these pianos and take some videos. And yeah, it's a really fun thing to do, and I think that to play piano in these unexpected places, for people to just be walking by, to be going to work, going shopping, and listen to classical piano music in such an unexpected place by someone quite young. I think people are very interested. People are they come and they want to listen, and it was a really fun experience for me. I was a young child, and seeing so many people interested in my music was really wonderful for me.
Okay, George, from this video, I can tell that you are the young and talented pianist with a huge talent because, after you played that song, the response from the audience was so great and so big. So I want to know, what makes you think that you have to be part of this industry, the classical music industry? Do you have any inspiration? Because I read that you are inspired by your brother, if I'm not mistaken.
I've always loved playing piano. I've always loved music. I've been playing piano for about over 15 years now. So piano is something that I've done for as long as I can remember. And I understand that music is a difficult career and not everyone can do it because it's very demanding, it's very tough, lots of practice, lots of hours of work and travel required. But I have this opportunity to have this career and performing to audiences in Indonesia. Last week I was in Japan. It's a really fun thing for me to do, and I hope that I can do it for many years to come.
Okay, George, when there are so many musical instruments out there, why you choose the piano?
Well, the piano is simply the best instrument, of course. But I think it's my mother was my first sort of inspiration for the piano. My mother's always loved piano music. She never really played. She tried to learn herself without anything, so she's sort of a self-taught pianist, and she was the first person who taught me to play like some tunes. She is a big fan of Richard Clayton, so she also taught me to play some Richard Clayton songs when I was very young. And I think it was my mother and also my first piano teacher who really taught me to love the piano and to love music. And yeah, I also did play the violin for a few years, but for me the piano is just something which comes much more naturally to me. For example, my brother prefers to play the violin, and my sister's an excellent cellist. But yeah, the piano, I feel there's such a big variety of sounds. You can play any music on the piano. You can play symphonic music, you can play you can play anything, and that's what I think draws me to the piano. I think draws so many people to the piano. It's such a versatile instrument with such a big contrast and wide dynamic range.
All right,
Okay.
George, it's interesting because I get information that you be back and forth, UK, Indonesia, and then you are preparing for concert in Indonesia in Jakarta. So, would you tell us a little more about it?
Yeah, so I'm very excited to be playing at the Jakarta Sinfonia on the 26th of November. We're going to be raising money for wonderful charity Yayasan Kanker and Indonesia, and they're doing really important work. They're raising money to build the first hospice for children with cancer. It's a really wonderful cause, and for me, it's a very special concert because Jakarta is my mother's hometown, and to be raising money for this amazing cause, it's going to be a really big concert for me.
Okay, George, are we gonna see the other side that you're combining the classic music with Indonesia's traditional music in this concert?
We might have some Indonesian music that will be played at my concert, but you'll have to come and see.
Okay, we're back to the concert Symphony of Life. So this is dedicated, this is the concert you dedicate for the children with the cancer. So why makes you think that you have to involve in this concert and dedicate this concert to the children with the cancer?
Well, when I was first approached for this concert by a good friend of mine, she told me that we're going to be doing this concert for this charity. It was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up to be raising money for children. I think it's an amazing thing. These people fighting cancer are so brave, and I think that all the people who are fighting cancer, all the people who are supporting this charity, it's something that I really wanted to be involved in, and I'm really happy that it's going to be going ahead.
Okay, George, can you tell the audience of MetroTV when will the concert will be held?
So the concert will be held at 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 26th of November at Jakarta Sinfonia. I'm going to be playing Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto No. 1. It's one of my favorite concertos. I think it's it's an audience favorite as well, so I'm sure that everyone will enjoy the concert. And then on the 27th, there'll be a meet and greet.
Oke, di hari
Okay.
Minggu ya, tanggal 26
Yes.
November nih Jason, jangan lupa.
Okay, the day after tomorrow, we're gonna see the gigs from Symphony of Life, especially from George Harliono. Thank you, George Harliono, for making the great music, making the great harmony, and also your pure heart to help the children with the cancer. So thank you very much, and have a good day.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download Metro TV Extend sekarang.